I'm at North Olmsted, Ohio, Giant Eagle. Someone just stabbed a kid and a lady in the parking lot.
Screams in the parking lot as we were parking or walking to our car, and we saw the kid.
On June 3rd, 2024, in North Olmsted, Ohio, Julian and Margot Wood were leaving the Giant grocery store when they were attacked by Bianca Ellis. Julian and Margot caught the attention of Bianca Ellis, who had been walking around the Giant Eagle store with a knife that she had allegedly previously stolen from a Volunteers America store. Julian Wood suffered 2 stab wounds, one to the face and one to the back, while the mother suffered 1 stab wound to the shoulder. 3-year-old Julian passed away at the hospital. The North Olmsted Police Department is across the street from the Giant Eagle shopping center, so police was quick to respond. Miss Ellis was found walking around in the area. She was arrested without incident, and the knife was found next to her. Here's some surveillance footage of that day. The video showing Bianca Ellis walking into the police station there around 2:30 in the afternoon. She's putting her own wheelchair with the suitcase. Detective Sergeant Matt Beck confirms she was there in connection with the previous nonviolent case. Ellis then makes her way to the Volunteers America thrift store, where police say she stole 2 knives, then briefly stops into bins and things before walking into Giant Eagle. She walks past the service desk with the knife waving by her side, and no one appears to see it. Then we see her walking near the cash registers again. No one appears to see her or react to the knife. She then passes Margot Wood and her 3-year-old son. Julian Ellis immediately turns around and starts to follow them. Cameras show just before 3 p.m., Ellis walks into the lobby and follows behind the mother and son, and then exits the store. Cameras then show her following them through the parking lot to their car. So what do we know about Miss Bianca Ellis? Miss Bianca Ellis has some criminal history, but according to police, nothing that was violent. However, a couple days prior to the incident, she was arrested for an outstanding warrant for a probation violation.
Yeah, I'm going over here to the bus stop.
You're okay though? Somebody called because they were concerned about you.
Yeah, I kind of get lightheaded from my medicine.
5221, I'm out. Do you need assistance at all? Or you need an ambulance or anything? Are you feeling all right?
No, but I think the temperature's just getting to be just right.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you just so I can tell them that you're all right? Thank you. Copy. All right, Bianca, you know you got warrants. Girl, I don't know. They're
probably for here, yeah.
Yeah, so we got to check on those, all right? You got anything crazy on you? No guns, knives, drugs, bombs? Nothing like that? All right, I'm going to cuff you in the front, okay? That's fair? Go ahead, face me for a second. Right here. Thank you, ma'am.
Some court records also show that prior counsels expressed mental health concerns.
Records reveal in late February, officers took Bianca Ellis to Metro Hospital after she said she wanted to kill someone and eat their flesh. Records show she became agitated and began fighting nurses, doctors, and police officers in a psych room. Shelter staff called police and told them Ellis confessed to murdering someone in Bakersfield, California, and wanted to surrender. Bakersfield police say they only knew Ellis from an assault case. Records from Bakersfield showed Ellis was arrested a month earlier at a hospital when Ellis refused to leave after being discharged, and she isn't named in any homicide case there.
Miss Ellis has had 3 court appearances. In all 3, she demonstrates some mental health concerns. From the first initial appearance, where she would not face the judge, her counsel at that time did express to the judge that she did have some mental health concerns. Let's take a look at her initial appearance.
Miss Ellis? Miss Ellis? Miss Ellis?
Yeah.
Please raise your head.
Where is it coming from?
I just need to ask you a few questions. I need to make sure you understand them. Do you have an attorney?
I'm looking for one.
Okay. Do you have the money or means to hire an attorney?
Repeat that.
Do you have the money or means to hire an attorney?
Possible.
Okay. Have you received and read your indictment?
I don't know.
You don't know if you've received it? Have you received it? Ma'am, just tell me whether or not you've received it, please. Miss Ellis, we'll be out of here in a few minutes if you just answer these questions. No, I haven't. Miss Ellis, have you received your indictment?
What was her name?
Ms. Ellis?
What was her name? The judge, what's the judge's name?
Russo,
Russo?
that's right.
Russo with an R?
Have you received and read your indictment? Yes or no? If you haven't received it, I'm going to send it over there. So you need to tell me that. Miss Ellis, why don't you want to answer these questions? All right, we'll come back to her when she's ready to talk to me.
Your Honor, could I just let the court know our office does represent Ms. Ellis on another case, and
I understand.
there are some mental health issues, and I do believe they.
I'll come back to her.
Okay, just to clarify, I do believe she hasn't been on.
I will come back to her.
Okay.
Her June 10th arraignment had to be restarted a couple of times. Ms. Ellis had to be brought into the courtroom because of her behavior. In the courtroom, she can be seen laughing and giggling.
Hello, Ms. Ellis. Do you have an attorney? You do? Do you have the money or means to hire an attorney? Have you received your indictment? Okay, have you read it? You have not read it, okay? We have a copy here. You can read it. You don't want to read it. Are you willing to accept that the public defender has read it to you? I'm sorry. You asked her not to. Well, but she did read it to you, correct? She didn't read it to you. Okay, well, we can read it in open court. I can find it. Okay. It's a 10-count indictment. Count 1 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did purposely and with prior calculation and design cause the death of J.W. 10/29/2020. The state of Ohio reserves the right to seek a superseding indictment containing the appropriate 2929.04A aggravating circumstances specifications. And so you understand that means the state is reserving its right to add a death penalty specification. Count 2 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, that the defendant did purposely cause the death of J.W. 10/29/2020. Count 3 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did cause the death of J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020, as a proximate result of the offender committing or attempting to commit an offense of violence that is a felony of the first or second degree, to wit, felonious assault, Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.11A1, and or endangering children in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2919.22B2. Count 4 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to J.W. on date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 5 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did torture or cruelly abuse J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020, a child under 18 years of age, and furthermore, the violation resulted in serious physical harm to J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 6 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did attempt to purposely cause the death of Margot Wood. Count 7 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did attempt to cause the death of Margot Wood as a proximate result of the offender committing or attempting to commit an offense of violence that is a felony of the first or second degree, to wit, felonious assault, Ohio Revised Code Section 2901.11A1. Count 8 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to Margot Wood. Count 9 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did, knowing that an official proceeding or investigation was in progress or was about to be or likely to be instituted, alter, destroy, conceal, or remove any record, document, or thing with the purpose to impair its value or availability as evidence in such proceeding or investigation. Count 10 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did with purpose to deprive the owner, Volunteers of America store, of property or services, to wit, knives, knowingly obtain or exert control over either the property or services without the consent of the owner or the person authorized to give consent. I have now read the indictment to you. Do you wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
C.
Pardon me?
C.
What's saying me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Julian Wood's father was also at the arraignment. He was able to address the court and speak on her release conditions. At the arraignment, the judge raised the bond amount from $1 million to $5 million.
I understand the victims are represented and they want to make a comment before I set bond. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you start with your name?
My name is Jared Wood, father of deceased, husband of Margot. Your Honor, that day, 1 week ago, she took everything from us. There's nothing that could ever replace my son or anything that my wife and I, or even our other kids, are going through. It's horrendous. I really wish no bail, period, or extend it to the max limit possible that you can, at the very least. Just do whatever you can to keep this monster behind bars.
Thank you, sir. Is there anything else you would like to say?
That'll be it. Thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor.
Thank you. When the original bond was set out of Muni Court, the bond was set at $1 million, and it was before the passing of one of the alleged victims. I do not believe that bond is appropriate given the change in circumstances and the allegations that are contained in this indictment. Bond is set at $5 million, cash, surety, or property. GPS, no contact with any surviving victim or victim's family. DNA order. Judges John Russo. Pretrial is June 17th at 9 a.m. I'll assign counsel. Thank you.
After her arraignment hearing, the case gets transferred to her assigned judge, where it'll remain until she either accepts a plea or the case gets set for trial or another resolution. On June 17, she saw her assigned judge, and she can be seen rocking back and forth in the chair while the hearing is being held.
Good morning. We're here on case number 692604, State of Ohio versus Bianca Ellis. She's present in the courtroom this morning with her counsel, Mr. Mack and Mr. Johnson. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Our assistant county prosecutors, Ms. Faralia and Ms. Pateo, are here on behalf of the State of Ohio. Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. I think all of you know that any case that gets assigned to this courtroom, we set the case for trial as well as some future dates. So I'm going to do that today. Obviously, I'd like to involve all of you so that we have a trial date certain that meets with all of your calendars. Whether that date moves or remains a date on the record or on the books will be determined on how we proceed with the case. It's a 10-count indictment.
Her case got set for trial on December 9th, 2024, with the final trial management conference the month before. Now, these dates generally are not realistic dates. They're just dates that judges and attorneys put on the calendar. However, the judge does question the state regarding the discovery and how that is proceeding. Discovery, because of the early stages, is ongoing. The state is waiting for autopsy reports as well as surveillance video. Now, the big question in this case is going to come down to her mental capacity. Mental capacity being whether she can assist her defense attorneys and whether she understands the nature of the proceedings. If the attorneys do not believe that she is competent to stand trial, they can place her in a competency hearing. And at that point, if after evaluations from doctors believe she is not competent, they can place her in a restoration program if they believe she can be restored within the statutory period. If she is competent to stand trial, the other issue will be her mental state at the time of the offense. Lastly, because the state did reserve the right to indict her on the death penalty, that's another issue that potentially can be raised based on her mental health. As you can see, this case is just getting started and there are a lot of issues that may be raised. As the case progresses, we will keep you up to date on all upcoming important events. This case is definitely going to raise a lot of concerns about mental health. Let me know your thoughts, and if you have questions, don't forget to drop them in the comments below. We would like to extend our deepest condolences to the Wood family. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.